Greetings viewers, welcome to a very special edition of the Footy Show. Today it's all about the Footy Show Awards. We're handing out our gongs for best performances across the season, so we've made the effort, we've frocked up for today.
Looking good there, PT.
Thanks mate, appreciate that. We've done the media out the front on the red carpet and here we are now to start presenting some awards.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really exciting time. First cab off the rank is the Trent Cotchin Captain's Award. This happened fairly early in the season. It's actually the first ever youth girls game down at South Kempsey. Casey Wynn, very talented footballer, captain of the youth girls Coffs Harbour team, went over. I'm not even sure who won the toss, to be totally honest, but all I know is that as an assistant coach of the Breakers team, Casey came running over and pointed down towards the highway, so we all thought we were going that way. Set out, a few girls didn't really know positions and things, so we've sent them out onto the ground telling them where they're playing and what they're going to try and do. And probably about a minute into the game, and Peter Chadwick, who was umpiring at the time, said, coaches, I think we've got a bit of a problem here. Both teams are kicking the same way. So there is a photo that proved that it was Casey.
We do have the evidence.
Yes, that pointed one way and then came back and told us the other. So yeah, congratulations, Casey.
Yeah, well done.
Captain's Award goes to you.
And so, Crawls, why is it called the Trent Cotchin?
Well, the beloved Tigers fans know, mate. Going back a few years, 2014, I think it might have been. The Tigers won, I think, 10 in a row to get into the finals, squeak in, playing Port Adelaide. Bit of a breeze that day, 7 or 8 goals, I reckon they thought it was. Young Trent won the toss and kicked into it. And the rest is history.
Well.
Yeah, I think we were 8 or 9 down at quarter time, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, and I think, just in terms of naming of the award too, honourable mention to Rod Sonigan. It was nearly named after him for his performance last year when Port Macquarie played Byron Bay down at Richo, and he got the team to line up in the complete wrong direction. But fortunately on that occasion they realised before the game started. So
outstanding.
All right, so moving along, our next award of the year is for the centre bounce of the year. And Crawls, what more can I say than Dave Rava?
Dave Rava, wow, he sent through a video.
Completely expects to win it.
He does.
But he's been topped.
Oh, has he?
He has been topped, yes,
wow.
Absolutely. The centre bounce of the year goes to a young man, promising young umpire, young Riley Dagger. Same day you mentioned with Casey down at South Kempsey. Quarter time break it was. Riley snuck out in the middle, tried to sneak in a couple of centre bounce practices. First one went pretty well. Second one careered straight into his head, knocked his hat flying. So, centre bounce of the year, Riley Dagger.
Good on you, Riley. Coaches, mate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Coaches of the year. So, normally we do have an award for Coach of the Year for the league, senior and junior. Unfortunately, this year down in Sydney with the changeover of some staff, hasn't been able to progress through. Big shout out to all our coaches. We appreciate everything you do and all the time you give. But we realised no need for a Coach of the Year award this year. We've still got Matt Anderson, 2014 Coach of the Year, still dining out. He's still got his trophy on display down the canteen at Richo. So Matt, our tribute goes to you, Coach of the Year for 2014 and by default for 2017. So well done, Matthew Anderson.
Leader of the rep program as well, junior rep program. He is a ripper, Mr. Anderson. He's had a good year. Recruit of the Year. So this is an interesting one because other than the Port Macquarie Football Club, who is the club that's going to win Recruit of the Year, no one else will have a clue who this recruit is. No. The Pies were up at Byron Bay for the Pie versus Pie cross conference game. Pie-a-thon. I think everyone knew Port were going to be in for a fairly long day. So on the Friday night, a few of the guys went up early from the Magpies down at Port Macquarie.
Yeah, Longy, Luke Long, I think Jesse, and I think from memory the aforementioned Rod Sonigan were up there.
No Dalton?
No Dalton, no,
okay.
No.
Interesting. Anyway, they had a few beers, frequented a few pubs, as you do in Byron Bay, and happened to strike up a bit of a conversation with a fairly strapping young fellow who came from Canada.
Canada, that's right.
Didn't know what footy was, but they didn't care. he was interested, liked the sound of it, thought he might come along and have a kick. So we don't even know what his name was. Let's call him Spike Pike,
I think. Yeah,
younger brother of Mike.
Yeah.
So
second greatest Canadian to play AFL behind Mike Pike.
Fantastic.
Port
Macquarie Football Club. And Spike, well done on being the recruit of the year. Recruits, they always need a bit of dedication, bit of preparation.
Absolutely.
So there's a couple that sort of go hand in hand here, and it was with the Inverell rep trip. in the middle of the year, particularly talking about the women. Some of these ladies had never played before. Others had played one game.
Always an eye-opener with the women, mate.
Absolutely. Made the trip over to Inverell, and on the way home I realised in the car that there was a big W bag in there that I don't know where it was. Actually, no, cleaned it out of the change rooms, didn't we, on the Saturday night? And I was a bit worried when I was getting home because my wife said, "What's in that bag?" And it just happened to be about 6 or 7 different types of ladies' underwear. So obviously one of the women gone up to the game, wasn't sure.
Didn't know what
am I going to wear? What's best? So she went and just lashed out on a whole stack of different underwear, and then happened to just leave the rest in the change room once she got the ones that were right. So that's a preparation award. Don't know who you are, but congratulations to all the women that went up to Inverell.
And a big thanks from Crawls because he's still wearing the other jocks right now.
Well, I'm not, but my daughters are. Dedication. Dedication, us powering on even though the phone's ringing for starters is really important.
We'll get to you in a minute, Gil.
Leave a message. We'll get right back to you. The Dedication Award, this goes to the women as well.
Same game?
Same game, same place.
On debut.
On debut. I'm making a coaching powerful speech at half-time. Inspirational. Can't let that decision go that cost us the game. But anyway, and young Emily Bennett, who's up there, had a baby, I'm not exactly sure when, maybe 6 months ago, or maybe not quite that long, not sure. Anyway, half-time, I'm eyeing all the girls off, I'm chatting to them, getting them all fired up. And I just had to, oh my goodness, keep moving away from there. Young Emily Bennett, she's breastfeeding at half-time.
In the change room.
In the change rooms.
That is dedication.
Dedication.
You,
good on you,
Emily.
Emily.
Well done.
Fantastic effort. Where are we going next, BT?
Next is the Mr. Bump Award.
Right, this is interesting.
It is, yeah. So
who's Mr. Bump?
This is almost a photo of our winner. So
right.
For anybody who's not familiar with the work of Roger Hargraves and the Mr. Men,
excellent.
Mr. Bump. This happened over a couple of weeks actually. So first week was when the mighty Grafton Tigers took on the Ballina Bombers up at Elm Oval, and big Paddy Curtin, favourite of this show, big Paddy Curtin.
He's a favourite.
Copped a knock and split himself above his eyebrow here. Ultimately had to go off to hospital and get a couple of stitches to close it up. So the next week, Paddy showed up to play their game. Again, a bit of dedication. You know, it doesn't take a week off just because he's stitched up. Just strapped the head up.
Joel Selwood like?
Selwood like, indeed. I think that might even be where Selwood got it from.
Right.
But in that match, Paddy's taken another knock and split himself under the chin. But he played on after he had the tape going this way. So Paddy, there he is. This is an actual action photo of Paddy Curtin from that day.
Mr.
Well done,
Bump,
Paddy.
Paddy
Mr.
Curtin.
Bump, loving your work.
Congratulations, Paddy. Where are we going next? Tackle. Tackle of the year. Yeah, this is a ripper. Tackle of the year.
This is. So, I mean, there's been a lot of good tackles, a lot of big tackles, right across the course of the season, in every age group, in every division.
Absolutely.
But the winner of this one, I think there was only one player across the whole season who actually chose to tackle a teammate, and that was Lauren French, the ukulele, for her hit on Lily Doyle, playing a women's match down at Port Macquarie. We actually had to swap Lil onto the other team after that because just to make sure that Lauren could keep laying the tackles. So,
mistaken identity. What was the go there?
I think the ukulele just couldn't remember which team she was on. Just saw someone with the ball. She had the white line fever. The nostrils were flared. The steam was coming out, and she just laid the tackle. So
tackle of the year.
Ukulele tackle of the year. Well played.
Beautifully worked. Groundskeepers of the year, mate. Now, this is a big one.
Sponsored, this award too, I should just mention, sponsored by Coffs Harbour City Council and their water department.
Okay.
So, yeah, absolutely. Groundskeeper of the year. So
all the grounds have been a bit dry in the back half of the season, haven't they?
Been a tough season for groundskeepers. But so our junior prelim final we had scheduled for Richo. There was some concern from the Sawtell juniors about the state of the ground.
Bit concrete like?
Absolutely, yeah. So a little bit of concern about the safety for people. So we got in touch with Coffs City Council. They said, for sure, no worries, go out and water it after 4 p.m. any day.
Who's going to do that? Who lives close?
Well, obviously got to be somebody who backs onto the ground and probably somebody who knows a little bit about grass. So a groundskeeper of the year for being out there 24/7 watering in the lead up to the week of the preliminary final. Congratulations on behalf of Coffs City Council, Scott Jarvis.
Good on you, Scott. Injuries, mate.
Injuries. There have been a few of those this year.
Always a few
Couple
injuries.
Interesting ones.
as you'd expect on the Footy Show Awards, we're going to look at some of the lighter side injuries. There's 3 we're going to talk about. We're going to bronze, silver, gold.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the bronze, okay?
Yeah,
so
righto.
build the suspense. This actually goes to an umpire. So
Wow.
yeah, the umpires don't soft tissue injuries. Yeah, you sort of get those, but this one was an interesting one. Rep Carnival. I think it was the first game. Pretty early in the
Certainly
first
early in
game.
the piece, yeah.
Young Tom Stewart, terrific young umpire on the NEFL Academy. So he's going places with his umpiring. Just backing out of after a ball up, I believe. Tripped over a set of legs.
First one of the game.
Tripped over a set of legs. Hand down. Broken wrist. Gone for 6 weeks. Couldn't umpire finals. Couldn't umpire anything. So first injury of the year.
Well done,
Tom
Tommy.
Stewart.
Loving your
Well
work
done, mate.
there.
Yeah, I believe you got a good one on the back of Scott Jarvis's work, maybe.
Absolutely, yeah. So Scotty's fantastic work pumping the water into Richo. As you said before, ground had been extremely hard, and most of the Sawtell seniors had been shown up to train knowing how hard it was. No point wearing footy boots. You're only going to hurt your feet running around in those on concrete. So showing up in their trainers, in their joggers.
Yeah.
And
Makes sense.
yeah, absolutely. Unbeknownst to them, Scott Jarvis has pumped 1,000 million megalitres into the surface. Jet Ellis Clough has run out to go and do a warm-up, I think it was, and just shoes have gone out from underneath him, landed flat on his back, injured himself, certainly winded himself, dented his pride. So mark one down for Scott Jarvis, but a winner there, Jet Ellis Clough.
Nice
Well done,
work, Jed. And undoubtedly the best injury of the year. Unbelievable.
No contest.
No contest whatsoever. Coming back to Inverell for the rep game.
It's a good trip.
It was a good trip with the women again. After the game, I happened to see Laura Connell, so Paddy Curtin's partner. She played a good game too, by the way.
Oh,
Bit red.
just ask her.
Yeah, just ask her. A bit red in the cheeks, and so oh, geez, Laura, you got a bit of colour today, a bit of sunburn. PT, you can give the response.
She said, "Oh, look, boys," she said, "I've run so fast today, I've got windburn." So, Laura,
Injury of the year,
injury of the
windburn.
year. Well done. Hope
That-
those ribs are coming good.
Absolutely. Hope it didn't keep you out for too long. Okay, where are we going next?
So we're going to the haircut of the year.
Oh,
I think this is another one that's got a
my
name.
chance or
doesn't
not?
it?
No? Okay, it's the Dusty.
The Dusty.
Now, I know there's a bit of a Richmond theme to the Footy Show, but, you know, they're up and about. They're in a
Toot, toot.
prelim. Toot, toot. We're all aboard the train. So, Ronan Leslie from
Ronan
Grafton.
Show up for grand final day.
Grand final day, sporting the Dusty. Fantastic effort. Looked pretty good.
Did.
Played pretty well in the grand final
He did.
too, so he got
Couple
away
of
with that.
things.
Not like Shuey. Shuey's done the sort of a bit dusty hairstyle. Did you just see that in
No,
the
can't show
prelim
the head.
against the Giants? Struggled to get a kick. If you're going to put on a good hairstyle, you got to make sure you play a game.
Absolutely.
One bloke who can play a game came with a good hairstyle.
Well, and this is the thing. I mean, we've called this one the Dusty Award, you know, and when you think about it, even before Ronan Leslie struck up a Dusty,
Yep.
again, we've mentioned him before, but Paddy Curtin went the Dusty for the semi-final.
True.
But, you know, maybe it's not the Dusty. Maybe it's actually the package.
The package.
So when the package first came to town, he already had a do like that, you know, and put in such an impressive performance at the rep game. Again, we're back at Inverell. You know, playing in the midfield, unusual position for him. Kicked 4 goals. The bloke playing on him from Northwest got best on ground for them, apparently. He's had 4 goals kicked on him by a midfielder, but they obviously had seen the file footage of the package and knew that he was a 10 goal player.
That's right.
So to keep him to only 4 was best on ground worthy. But certainly the package had the hairdo before any of the others, so it's entirely possible that award should be called the package do.
The whole Grafton club might be going Dusty package like leading into the Tigers prelim.
No stopping him.
And finally, mate, another mention for the umpires.
We love the umpires.
Love the umpires. No game without them, that's for sure. The Golden Whistle. So the Golden Whistle is the award that's presented to the umpire that displays all the positive signs that we want for an umpire. Obviously, they've got to umpire reasonably well. Go to training regularly. Dedication.
A lot of the things we've got on the list.
Absolutely. Help out others, all that sort of stuff. And this year's Golden Whistle was Amanda Guthrie So congratulations to Amanda.
Well done, Amanda.
Umpired her second grand final in a row, which is a fantastic effort. But congratulations to all the umpires on a great year.
Yeah, thanks for your contribution, guys, seniors and juniors.
And that's pretty much a wrap, mate.
That's it. So it's been a big year. A lot of awards there, a lot of credit, a lot of acknowledgement of people. Yeah, it's been great to have the first ever Footy Show awards. I'm sure it'll be a regular feature of the season.
Absolutely. We will be back next week.
Will we?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got women's footy this weekend. So Saturday the 23rd down at the university at Coffs Harbour, so the education campus. So any girls age 16 or above and ladies that want to come down and have a kick, we'll start at about 10 o'clock. It's going to be warm, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got the ladies coming over from Inverell, so it will be really, really good. So we'll come back to have a bit of a chat about that next week. And also have a look at the results of the prelim and preview the AFL Grand Final.
Tigers v who? AFL Grand Final?
Oh, I think Adelaide.
Right.
I think Adelaide. Just hope we get to wear our normal strip. We don't want to wear that yellow thing. That might not be good for us. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, viewers. Have a great week. Viewers. Enjoy the footy on the weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you, Peter. That was good, mate.
No, it was. It worked well, I think.
High quality stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to go off to the beach now, mate?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, perfect.